Previously on Movie Trivia Schmoedown, Ben Bateman and Lon Harris advanced in this Gauntlet tournament thingy to have the opportunity to qualify for this final spot in the Singles Ultimate Schmoedown, where the winner is going to play Classy Clark Wolf. Well, that finals tournament Gauntlet thingy is now today. It's Bateman versus Harris. Who will come out on top? Well, let's find out now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Out of time, so say goodbye. What is yours now is mine, and I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you.
Welcome back. So, yeah, this is a little bit tricky for me to call because, Ben Bateman, got to meet at the live event, a really nice guy. As I once said, he was the only person when I was there that actually referred to me as JTH of the actual competitors. Lon Harris I've always liked a lot, even before he started playing in Schmoedown, and I've really come to like his professor persona. It's one of the best things that Schmoedown has going for it right now. So this is tough. I really do want to see Lon Harris win this match, as much as Ben would probably want to strangle me by the neck. But you know, Ben Bateman, he's always going to have that character. He's always going to be fun, regardless of what the record is. He can pretty much do the exact same thing with whatever record, and it's going to work. But in terms of the professor persona, it really only works if Lon Harris is the top-notch, top-level tier in the singles competition, or in any division for that matter. So, me personally, I will go with Lon Harris to win this match. However, ultimately, I'm just hoping for a good match in general. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this in 3, 2, and 1.
I want your movie release date slice. I want this face.
More previously on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
On movie release dates? See, what happens is you have to earn that.
We're challenging you,
Yeah.
and we're going to get
Hey,
movie
coward,
release
you got a
dates.
real hero.
That face does not belong on movie release.
This guy.
He's gonna keep it. He's gonna keep it.
Oh, I love it. The slice, it's gonna be mine soon.
Movie release dates.
What do you got, Sam?
Movie release dates.
Wow!
Movie release dates.
Four players. Well, not anymore. Here's to a good match. Chairs. Although, Lon probably would drink Earl Grey hot. Bateman, for whatever reason, would be drinking Jameson, that nasty crap. Punch the carrot. That's vegetable violence. Challenge Rosha for the title, as Mr. Lon Harris would say. How wonderful. I know that theme. What's coming, I wonder. Whoosh. I got it right this time. Lon is not amused. Hello, Mark. Hello, Beast. Different gangs here.
The conclusion of the Gauntlet to get into the singles tournament, and I am thrilled to be joined by a legendary competitor, the former champion, William the Beast Bibiani. Thank you so much for being on the desk to call this exciting Gauntlet match.
Thank you for introducing me, Mark. It's good to be here. It's good to be sitting down. And, yeah, let's see who I won't get to play.
Oh, well, I mean, look, we haven't seen you since your epic match against Roka. I'm sorry that my life of leisure precluded me from actually being in studio to watch that. It was an all-star battle. You ended up coming out on the short side of the stick. How are you feeling right now? What is the Beast's mentality?
Well, listen, I love playing this game. I love playing this game more than I love most other activities. But, you know, I get to sit down. I get to have some fun. I get to call a few matches. I was able to force Christian to let me do that. So, you know, let's just chill. Let's just have a good time.
Let me host a match or else.
Each other. And let's Schmoedown a little bit.
No twisting of the arm was necessary. Happy to have you here
of
on
course
the desk
not.
to call this match between Lon the Professor Harris and you look at Ben Bateman. Both him and Lon Harris, they know their way around both a team and a singles match. They might see each other again in teams very soon. But this match here today, how do you see this one shaping up? Who's at the advantage from the outset?
Foreshadowing
Both of these
much.
guys are incredible players. What it's really, I think, is going to boil down to today is who's going to come out on top in the second round, because Bateman has proven that he has some strengths that no one can touch him on.
Yeah.
He has stolen wheel slices.
He's got his own wheel slice.
What, he's a
But
thief?
Harris,
All right,
does
take
he
it,
have
thief.
weaknesses? That's the real question. So I think it's going to come down to, can Bateman work his Bateman magic, or will Harris work his Hairman magic?
Well, the boss versus the professor. They both had some words for each other in the pre-match interview. Take a look.
Whoa! I'm back, guys, and that was fun, but Lon, I don't got a lot of patience for you, okay? That's one down. I got 5 to go till that idiot Roka feels the wrath of my boot heel, all right? And that's it. You're next, Lon. Done.
I'm asked to face off against this Mr. Bateman, while at least respectably dressed. I do respect his style of play, but it is clearly not his time. He is a man of action. I am a gentleman of the scholarly pursuits, and therefore it will be me who's going to win this tournament.
What's Lon's name? Leapin' Lenny Poffo? Is that who he is? He looks like a bigger version of that guy.
Exactly.
You know, he had his partner JTH, who got in trouble, with the scooter, and then he got his brother now on his team or something like that. Look, who names their son Lon? Is it Lonnie, or is it Lon Old?
I do believe that sometimes you must lose before you can win, especially if you are playing against somebody who is an academic with years of experience beyond what you have been through. Experience counts for so much, and not just worldly experience, book learning. Hands-on experience learning from texts, and this is what Mr. Bateman needs. I suspect if he does his homework, if he is studious, if he spends 5 to 7 years in a library, perhaps at that point he could come back and be a master of the Schmoedown.
He calls himself the professor. He claims he has a brother. I say Lon cloned himself. You know what? That just means he only knows one base of knowledge. And I'm worth 2. I'm worth 2, Lon. So that's it. I'll see you in the ring.
I think his brother's hiding in his jacket.
Then it's time to step aside and allow me to compete against Ms. Wolf. You are dismissed.
I don't see his brother in that jacket. You're wrong. You are
So
wrong.
you see that? I mean, Ben, the classic laugh, and you see his manager in there, Tom Dagnino, as well. And then you go to Lon Harris. And Lon Harris, a lone wolf, at least today. He obviously is a teammate with his brother through the rest of the team match. But right now, it's just Lon Harris. He took the day off from teaching, but he might be teaching Ben Bateman a lesson here today.
It'll be interesting to watch. You know, both of these guys are coming off of their whatever quasi-finals they had to do to even get into the singles tournament. Bateman had a close victory against Janine the Machine. Lon, he came off of maybe one of the toughest matches of his entire career. He won, but that was some of the spottiest play we've ever seen from Lon Harris. I cannot wait to see what happens. but I have to because we haven't introduced the tail of the tape yet.
Yeah, we got to do the tail of the tape. So you're here, Beast. This is a rare opportunity. Hopefully, it's more frequent for me in the future in 2019 and beyond. Please, the tail of the tape. It's yours to speak.
Oh, this is neat. Okay. Oh, look, there's Lon Harris. Okay, well, his strengths include classics, festival darlings, and opening a fine bottle of Chablis. Next slide, please.
Chablis.
Oh,
It's a
oh,
dry
Bateman.
white
Oh, that's
wine.
cool. His
Thank you,
strengths are
Justin
movie release
Wilson,
dates,
the
Oscars,
Cajun
and
cook.
wearing sunglasses so we can't see him cry.
All right, I'm feeling pretty ready to go here, Beast. Are you ready?
No.
Interesting stuff.
Well, we're doing it anyway. It's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Movie trivia Schmoedown. Yay!
And Schmoedown.
I had liquid in my
Introducing
mouth.
First, representing Who's the Boss and Team Action, with a record of 3 wins, 3 defeats, 1 KO, led to the ring by his manager Finstock and Mark Yodi Riley, the 2017 and 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown finalists.
Say what you want. I'm still waiting for John Travolta to walk out there. This is just so 70s, so disco.
The manager,
Yeah, couple of guys just hanging out, couple of bros.
all wearing glasses of some sort. We're not sure what prescription Tom is.
Not so much an entrance as a now he's here and there was some music playing.
That's pretty accurate.
Just
Comes
came
out
out
with
and
the
some
Dragon
music
Ball
played.
briefcase.
I
The
do
end.
offer entrance consulting if you ever want to step that up. Let's move on.
That's one of the many duties you do around this office. And his opponent, representing the Harris brothers, with a record of 3 wins, 1 defeat, 1 KO. He is the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown Team Finalist, the Professor Lon Harris.
Yeah, it's funny that they keep referring to him as Leaping Lenny Poffo since I brought up the fact that he should be coming out to the Macho Man theme. I find that weird.
Much like Coolio did in the
But, oh well. I guess it's just their way to appease me.
the boss, they seem
Unless, of course, they've never even heard what I said.
somewhere close by. I trust Lon with his trusty pipe. Competitors feeling okay about this gauntlet. We know you're a little tired because it's been a gauntlet here today. Before we get into round 1, first, the rules.
I commend
of
your
said
courage.
round. In round 1, you're going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no
It's
penalty
time
for
to
missing a
attest
question.
your
There
astute
is no
minds in
available
the
round number
realm
1.
of cinema and
I will
film.
remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You also each have 1 challenge at your disposal throughout the 3 rounds. Once we ask the question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard. Once we ask you by name for your answer, please show your answer to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. Without further ado, William the Beast Bibiani will be administering the questions in round number 1. Lon Harris, are you ready?
Quite ready.
And Ben Bateman.
It's just a warm up to kick this guy's ass a second time, so.
Is that a yes?
Such language, sir.
Is that a yes, Ben?
Why don't
We
you
need
sit
an
down and
actual
shut
yes.
up, Lon.
Well, let's cut that tension with an old.
Somebody's
Let's
headed
get
for
ready to
academic
Schmoedown!
Yay!
Question number 1 in the category of action adventure. Who plays Cameron Diaz's love interest, Pete, in the Charlie's Angels movies?
Gotta wonder what is actually in the flask that Ben Bateman brings out with me. You think it's actual alcohol?
I think it's curded milk.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Lon, and your answer is?
Justin Theroux?
That is incorrect. Ben Bateman.
Tom Green.
That is also incorrect. Luke Wilson.
Oh,
Wilson. Tom Green, of course, Drew
Tom Green
Barrymore's
was
love
Drew
interest.
The most unforgettable actor of his generation.
yeah, what a shame.
Your second question in the category of directors. David Lynch directed Naomi Watts and Justin Theroux in this 2001 neo-noir thriller.
Wow, that's Lon Harris using his foreshadowing.
Neo
Yeah, I
Noir.
don't know how he did that. That's pretty
Copster's
cool.
favorite actor ever.
What if-
5,
Lon, help me out. What does that mean?
3, 2,
Lon,
1.
Lon.
Pens down, going to Ben
Oh,
first.
too late.
Mulholland Drive.
That is correct.
It is Mulholland Drive.
It sure is, Lon. Everyone's
right.
doing great.
Both actors now on the board.
Well, they're
Both
doing
actors,
50%.
Both competitors now on the board. No threat of a perfect round for either.
They're all actors. Life is a stage. Let's move on. Category 3, dramas. What character does Michael Douglas play in Wall Street?
Okay, we do need the full name.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some
Well,
fast
then
writing here.
narrows my chances of getting this right even less.
Okay, then we're gonna go to the 5, 4.
His full
3.
name
They wrote it
is
down.
question mark,
Let's go to
question
Lon
mark.
Harris.
Gordon Gecko.
That is correct.
Gordon
Ben Bateman.
Gecko.
Greed, for lack of a better word, is good.
Seems like a character that he watches
correct.
a lot. He
Seems
did write
like-
down Gordon
Is it
Gecko.
like
It is
Gex?
tied up
Gex
still at
Gecko from
Money
old
never sleeps and
N64?
never do that. Category number 4.
Yeah, it's a very
animated.
niche game. No one got
What
that. Thanks, thank you.
2006 animated film stars Martin Lawrence and Ashton Kutcher as forest animals trying to fend off hunters?
Mm.
Everyone has seen Wall Street. How many people have seen Wall Street? Money Never Sleeps. The film you just quoted. 5, 4, 3,
I've seen that.
2,
I remember.
1. So by that makes
remember
2 of us.
this,
Pens
but I
down, Ben
don't
Bateman.
remember the movie.
Over the hedge.
That is incorrect.
I also had the incorrect over the hedge.
It was Open Season.
That's right.
How could you forget the classic animated comedy?
Classic.
Good
Just like
guess.
that. That's how I do it.
Classic.
That's good times.
Neither one of these gentlemen is reproduced.
Well, perhaps in their fantasies or sci-fis, they will get the next question right because the next category is in fantasy and or sci-fi.
Oh, thank you.
Who plays Will Smith's fighter pilot friend Jimmy in Independence Day? Will you be my wingman
I
anytime?
think this time bullshit. You can be mine. I think we need to run that back to the top. 5,
Really?
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Going to Lon first.
Also a fine musician, Harry Connick Jr.
That is
That's
correct.
correct.
Ben Bateman.
Star of the show Harry Connick Jr.
Okay.
Okay,
They
yeah,
got it. They got it. 3-3, and we move on to the next question. 3 left in round number 1, and it is tied 3-3.
And the category is comedies. Ooh. Funny. Moving on. Who plays Marty's girlfriend and future wife, Jennifer, in Back to the Future Part 2? Who plays your future wife?
You know what?
that role is currently on Raya, waiting for me to click accept.
Oh, that's nice. I
I'm
don't
just
have to
going to
understand
put
that
this
reference.
up and put this away because this is just not going
You
to.
got to be verified. 2,
Okay.
1.
Repeat the question.
Need a blue bird. Pens down.
Say, read the question.
Oh, okay. Do it again.
All right. Who plays Marty's girlfriend? And
Don't worry, Ben.
future
You didn't
wife?
help me at all.
I know, I'm saying it like that.
Not at
Jennifer
all.
in Back to the Future Part 2.
I did like that you read the question the exact same way.
Yeah,
Love
you
that.
know, inflection is what counts.
It's the
Inflection.
spice of life.
Yeah, I like it. I have other
5,
funny things to say. But we're
4,
counting now, and we have to stop.
3, 2, 1. Pens
Paula
down. We
Jones.
are going to Ben Bateman first.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. Does Lon.
Is it Elizabeth Shue?
It is the
It
greatest
sure is.
babysitter of all time, Chris Parker, in a different movie, Elizabeth Shue. Lon Harris takes his first lead of the ball game, 4-3. The penultimate question, Mr. Bibiani.
What a thrill! Because it's horror thrillers. Haha! I'm good at this.
Well done.
Catherine Bigelow's Near Dark is about what kind of classic movie monster?
Catherine Bigelow. You know she made that Point Break movie.
She sure did.
Still holds up in my opinion. You're a you're a cinephile.
Yeah,
You like it?
I am. Oh yes, it's okay.
I'll take 2.
5, 4,
I like it fun.
3,
I think it's a good fun.
2,
It's fun.
1. Say it's greater if you're off the desk.
Great.
Lon Harris.
The monsters are vampires.
That is correct, Ben Bateman.
Vampires.
That
He
makes
also
sense.
vampires.
Near dark.
5-4, and we move to the last question in a hotly contested round number 1. What's our category, William?
The question is number 8, and it is 8 E's movies. Hey.
80s movie.
I got it right.
What a pun.
All right, anyway, in A Fish Called Wanda, which Monty Python veteran plays defense lawyer Archie Leach, who Wanda attempts to seduce for information?
I don't remember any of the Monty Python guys. I'm guessing it's the King Arthur guy.
Oh, Amadeus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love Amadeus.
5,
First movie I saw in the theater.
Adjust my
3,
feet so I can
2,
get more comfortable.
1. Pens down, Ben Bateman first.
John Cleese.
It is John
Yes.
Cleese.
It is John Cleese.
Lon Harris has it.
I'm
too.
guessing it's the King Arthur
So
guy.
he is going to be advancing to round number 2 with a 1-point advantage over Ben Bateman. Both gentlemen clearly knowing their movie trivia, unless it's about Luke Wilson or Over the Hedge / Open Season. But that is neither here nor there. William Bibiani, your thoughts on the round number 1?
Lon Harris is up by a point.
The end.
And we go back to round number 2. Mark Ellis is going to be reading the rules. Hey, that's my name. In round number 2, also known as the Wheel Round, the Wheel of Destiny. doom, justice for one noble competitor. Each one of you gets a spin at that wheel. Please use the wheel, not the peg. Looking in your direction, the guy with the flask. Once you spin, you will land on a category or spinner's or opponent's choice. Once you finally set on the genre, we're going to ask you 4 questions about that. Each question is worth 2 points. Not sure the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1 point. Keep in mind, competitors, there is stealing available in round number 2. And I will say happily that we have 2 slices of that wheel, are Patreon-supported slices. Check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon today. Select which tier is right for you. These wedges are Denzel Washington and Will Smith, 2 fine actors. If we land on that, we'll say the name of that patron. Okay, so Lon Harris,
Neither am I.
You enjoy a 1-point advantage over your counterpart, the boss. Would you like to spin first or defer to your sunglassed opponent?
I will spin first.
All right, Lon Harris coming up.
A bold move on the part of Lon
Here he
Harris.
comes. Will he remember to grab the wheel and not the peg? Yes, he does.
Ooh.
What a gentleman. Lon Harris putting it in there.
That wheel sure is spinning, Mark. I wonder if it'll stop.
I
sure
it
hope
does
so.
soon, because our banter,
Is running dry.
oh, we still got some more time to fill. This
Oh,
could
man.
be opponent's choice
Oh,
here.
oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh.
The
And Ben Bateman's
professor
smiling face is right next to it, too.
will be put to the test. So now Tom Dagnino is going to come out here and help
That is a tough wheel.
the man he manages. All right, Dagnino must be removed from the desk at this point. Tom,
Dagnino.
you're done. You're done.
Tom,
Get out.
we're done
All
here.
right,
We need
Ben
an
Bateman?
answer.
I'm going to give him animated.
Going to give him animated movies.
Yeah.
I will not be asking any questions in this round, but I will be making useless comments.
That's what we love about you. Part
Thanks,
of your charm, and
Beast.
part of the charm of animated movies if they're drawn by computer or hand. Take that, Makuga. Your first question.
Or stop motion.
Your first question. In the world of animated movies, in Shrek 2, whose factory do Shrek and the gang sneak into in order to steal a potion to restore Fiona's love for Shrek?
I'll go multiple choice.
Is it A, the Wicked Queen, B, Maleficent, C, the Fairy Godmother, or D, Rapunzel?
Fairy Godmother.
I'll go C, the Fairy Godmother.
You get 1 point.
That's 1 point.
Lon Harris.
It's kind of a neutral. Aha, he got it.
2-point advantage. All right, Lon, your next question. The band Green Day appeared in this animated film, perishing in its polluted lake.
I believe it's the Simpsons movie.
You believe correctly, and that's 2 points.
Well remembered.
3 so far in the
A
round.
Green Day was had by all.
Next question. In the film Coraline, she receives advice in the other world from what kind of animal that is voiced by Keith David?
It's a small dog, a terrier.
That is incorrect. We go to Ben Bateman for the steal.
Question, of course, does
I
Ben
gotta go to
actually
5,
know it and he's just waiting
4,
for time?
3, 2.
A fox.
It's not either one of those. Looking for a cat. A kitty cat.
And Casey,
Hard to
mighty
think
Casey
of a
struck
cat
out.
voiced by Keith David. I can't
That's
imagine
one.
that parent.
That's one macho cat.
All right.
That's a cool cat right
Macho,
And we move to
macho
our last
cat.
question for Lon in round number
He
2.
got to
He
be
can get as many
a
6
macho
points
cat.
above Ben Bateman's 5-point total. Lon, your question. In the original Despicable Me, Gru needs the shrink ray so that he can fulfill his dream of stealing what?
I think I know it, but I'm still going to go multiple choice.
All right.
Playing it safe.
Is it A, the Great Pyramid of Giza, B, the Louvre, C, the moon, or D, the Statue of Liberty?
Not what I thought. I'll say the Statue of Liberty.
That is incorrect for the steal.
It's the moon.
1 point.
It's-
Your
I don't need it.
choices
It's
are
the moon.
Great Pyramid of Giza.
He said the moon.
He said the moon, and he got it for 1 point. There it is. 9-6 now
Poor
is the
Lon.
score, and Ben Bateman, riding that momentum from the steal, will now be spinning the wheel. Hopefully,
Please,
grabbing
Lon,
it
you
from
need.
the actual wheel
Please
and
start
not the
watching
tanks
your
and
kitty
cylinder
movies.
board.
This is
I know it
still
pains
a
you,
close match, and
but
that steal might cost Lon later in the game.
That was a big steal, Lon Harris.
It's probably the most serious thing I'm going to say the entire match.
You know, I mean, look, if you get saddled with opponent's choice and you still manage to carve out some
Speaking
sort
of opponent's choice, are we going to? No. Okay, maybe it's going to be a thing. It's going to be Denzel.
It is
Washington.
Denzel Washington. Do you want to stay on Denzel?
He's a talented actor.
Tom Dagnino not allowed to consult with his.
You've done
He's
it
going to
enough.
keep it, and that means we get to say Abel Munoz. Thank you, Abel.
Abel
for sponsoring
again.
the Denzel Washington
Able to
Slice.
get a
Abel
Patreon
Munoz,
wedge.
loyal.
Again.
Patreon. Thank you for all your support, Abel. We love you over here
He got
in our studios.
2
currently
Patreon.
located.
And Denzel Washington.
He got
Denzel
2 wedges in the
Washington, big
same
fan of
day
Schmoedown.
because he was on the
His
last one.
category is going to be now asked to Ben Bateman. So Ben Bateman.
He got more shout outs in a week than I have in 8 months.
First question is actually not that.
Okay.
It is, in fact, Virtuosity paired Denzel Washington with what? Future Oscar winner.
Russell Crowe.
2 points for Ben Bateman.
Correct. Yeah, it's true.
That might be the quickest
off
he's
the
ever
bat,
answered.
One of my favorite Russell Crowe performances, and that's not a joke.
Sounded like a joke. Sure it's not a joke?
He's great in that movie.
Point taken.
Okay.
Your next question. Denzel Washington movies. In the film Inside Man, who plays fixer Madeline White, who was brought in to protect the contents of a safe deposit box within the bank?
Suspense.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Multiple choice.
Is it A. Michelle Williams, B. Julianne Moore, C. Sigourney Weaver, or D. Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster.
It is Jodie Foster for a
it's Jodie
point. We are
Foster.
now tied at 9.
Ooh.
2 questions left for Ben Bateman. He can take as many as 4 points with the lead into round number 3. Ben, your question. In the film Training Day, at the end of the film, Ethan Hawke is about to be killed by a gang. Why do they stop from killing him?
What a smile. I don't know if I trust that smile.
5,
That's a creepy movie.
Probably not.
3.
Because earlier in the day, he had saved one of their family members, and he has, I believe, her wallet or ID in his pocket.
We will accept that as a correct answer. 2 points, and
Maybe
Ben
he actually
Bateman
had to
is in
think
the
out
lead and
the
looks to be
actual
taking the
wording,
lead
which
unless
was
Lon
about
Harris
20
Can
words.
somehow steal the 2 points from this last question.
And Ethan Hawke is, of course, a true hero.
That
The worst piece of
question
writing in
is,
the whole movie. I hate that part of it. I can't
He's
stand
no
it.
Russell Crowe.
It's necessary to support the themes, Ben.
Ugh.
The next question and the last question in round number 2 is this. Denzel Washington plays political reporter Greg Grantham alongside Julia Roberts in what 90s thriller?
Just counting down the clock.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Denzel Washington plays political reporter Greg Grantham alongside Julia Roberts in what 90s thriller?
Dramatic drinking of
That would be the Pelican Brief.
It would be the Pelican Brief. 2 more points for Ben Bateman.
a movie
and
that is
he
ironically too long.
enjoys a 4-point advantage heading into round 3. Before
The
we
brief,
lead the
and
Wolves
it's
to
too
round
long.
3, William, this is a pretty good match we got going here, but Ben now edging in front. Do you see Lon Harris being able to make a comeback?
I do potentially see that, but then again, I potentially see lots of things because the future is unpredictable and weird.
Great comment, William. That broadcasting school is really paying off. In round number 3,
Would you give me
each
an A?
competitor will give us 3 numbers that range from 1 to 20.
No, I'm a dick. I'd give you
Ben,
a
you'll be
B.
giving us your 3 numbers first because you are currently in the lead. Each of those
And
numbers
you're a dick
corresponds
too, so
to
I might
different
give you a
category
C.
Up here in the movie trivia Schmoedown Galaxy.
You know
The
what,
first
screw
question
it.
that you hear is going to be worth
You
2
got
points,
an
the next one
F.
3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is 5 points. There's no stealing, nor is there any penalty for missing a question in round number 3. All right, Mr. Bateman, let's get your numbers on here first.
3, 7, and 17.
3, 7, and 17. Numbers that correspond to sports stuff.
That is Mark Mosley, Doug Williams, and Joe Theismann. Not in that
I can
order.
make up names too.
Lon Harris.
I'll go 4, 10, and 12.
Yes, 4, 10, and 12. Numbers that have never been used in sports.
That's actually inaccurate. But
I learned a lot of things today.
Jim Harbaugh will number 4 for the Colts. Okay.
Again, I can make up names.
Lon Harris, you're up first. Your 2-point
Yes.
question is coming from the number 4.
Mhm.
And that is Steven Spielberg movies.
Good luck, Lon. Good luck. on
Steven
this.
Spielberg movies. And
Very
your question
obscure
is, what Spielberg film came out the same year as Star Wars: A New Hope?
I believe it's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
You believe accurately, and the lead is sliced to 2.
Well, he still needs to get this one, or else he won't.
Certainly Drew Williams.
I'm glad I'm here.
You selected number 10. I'm glad you're here.
Thanks, friend.
I'd like to have you here more often.
You guys are nice.
Number 10 is your so-called lucky number for your three-pointer. Charlize Theron is the category. And your question is, who was Charlize Theron's co-lead in 2003's Monster?
Christina Ricci.
That is correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, the gauntlet now goes back to Ben Bateman.
A TKO has been avoided regardless, but Ben Bateman only needs to answer one question.
And as you postulated up here at the top, William Bibiani, Ben Bateman wears the sunglasses. Is it to intimidate opponents or to hide the tears? We might find out at the end of these questions.
No, it's the tears.
Ben Bateman,
It's obviously the
selected
tears.
number 3 for your 2-point question. And that corresponds to the category of the 1970s. Question is, which band sang the song Stayin' Alive for the opening of Saturday Night Fever? Five, 4, 3, 2.
The Bee Gees.
It was, in fact, the Bee Gees.
Sending it over to Lon Harris, who needs to get this question right.
He was probably
or else
falling
he
asleep
won't, and he'll
from
lose.
having to
He
wait
will
so
lose
long.
the game. This is the 5-point question for Lon. Packing some more tobacco into his pipe.
Is it wacky tobacco?
We're about to
Not
find
for
out.
trivia. That's
Not for
Right?
trivia.
bad combo.
No,
The
terrible
category
combo.
for your 5-point question to seal your fate one way or the other is action-adventure movies. Action-adventure films. And your question is, who plays the villainous ex-DEA agent Ty Moncrief in the 1994 Wesley Snipes film Drop Zone?
Wow. All right.
He's
I
like,
know
what
this.
is this film?
Go to 5, 4,
I'm going to say Tom Berenger.
and your winner!
Good guess.
Oh well. Speaking of the Bee Gees, speaking of Saturday Night Fever,
For Gary Busey.
Star of Ginger Dead Man has once
funny how
again
everything comes back to Travolta.
destroyed someone's Schmoedown. I don't know if it's ever happened before, actually. I haven't been paying attention. But yeah, Ben Bateman won.
Yeah, Ben Bateman won. So now he
Yeah,
will be
that's a
facing
shame.
Clark Wolf in the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament. Hats off to Lon Harris, worthy of his title, the professor. He got some questions right in round 3. Saddled with a tough round 2 because he spun opponent's choice, William.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the wheel for you. And anyone who says that this game is pure skill or pure luck is completely to both. Both of these guys are great competitors. Someone has to win. And
Yeah.
in this case, it was Ben Bateman, and I'm sure he's crying tears of joy behind those sunglasses now.
Well, we know Classy Clark Wolf. She's going to have her hands full with either competitor, but Clark knows her way around, especially a tournament setting, much less the movie Trivia Schmoedown in general. Ben Bateman, Lon Harris, I'm not sure which would have been the better matchup for her, but she's now facing Ben Bateman. Going to hear some trash talk on both sides, and we're about to hear some more talking right now, courtesy of the great Jen Sturger, who is now having an interview with both the winner and the loser. Jen, the floor is yours.
What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Lon Harris. Lon, you made it to the end of the gauntlet.
I did.
Unfortunately, it just was not your day.
No, sadly, I took a whole day off of classes for this. I hope the substitutes gave the students something fulfilling to work on while I was here.
Nope.
Spending my entire day answering questions about bunny rabbits in Wesley Snipes cartoons.
Nope, they were definitely watching a film strip. Anyway, so you hit animated, and obviously that's just, I mean, you're such a well-rounded player. For you to hit animated and to struggle, are you a little nervous now that they may have seen something that you are weak in with
Listen,
your finals coming up?
If these animated questions were about the work of Jan Svankmajer, the early works of Ubi Works, then I would have answered every single question correctly. But they're asking me about the, cartoons from last year. It's streaming on the Hulus or whatever. I don't watch this garbage. I don't know. I've never seen The Drop Zone. I have no idea who's in The Drop Zone. I'm busy watching Tarkovsky films. It's just a ridiculous question at this tournament to be asking me. I really thought that we would be talking about the early works of Milos Forman.
Yeah, no, that's not happening here at the Schmoedown.
And it's disappointing.
Charlie Sheen, maybe.
Yes. Oh, yes. But more questions about animated toads giving advice to cats to Charlie Sheen. That's definitely where the Schmoedown should go from here, I think.
So obviously, while today didn't go your way, you do have your match coming up against Who's the Boss with your brother.
Indeed.
Oh boy. 5 rounds.
Yes, very exciting. I'm looking forward to another opportunity to face off against Mr. Bateman, teach him some manners, teach him a lesson, and sort of prove myself when the questions are a bit more sophisticated, a bit more to the level of the Harris brothers, professors, a bit more appropriate, I think, for the venue.
What are you going to do to make sure that it's a different result than what we just saw out there?
Well, we certainly will not be spinning opponent's choice again. I think I'd like to put some extra spots on the wheel that maybe reflect more of the sort of depth and breadth of our knowledge. More questions about films from the 20s and 30s. I mean, more questions about German film, more questions about Middle Eastern film. Abbas Kiarostami has not come up in this tournament so far, and it's a shameful display, Jen.
Absolutely. And I'm back with the winner of the Gauntlet, Ben Bateman, and Who's the Boss?
Winner circle here.
Yeah.
Yes.
5-0.
I noticed.
You know that, right?
Congratulations, Ben. You had an amazing performance today in the Gauntlet. Finstock, you got to be feeling pretty good right now with the way your team's been playing and the way Ben played today.
Well, first of all, I'm always feeling good, but now I feel great. Okay? I'm doing what no manager has done before, taking 2 teams and singles both to the championship again.
And wearing a sock on your head.
This is
All
not
of
a
those
sock.
things
I
are
told
correct.
you what this was the last time.
Anyway, he spun opponent's choice. Obviously, that worked in your favor. How did you know to go for animated?
I've studied my opponent. I had my research team and my intern put together a nice packet for me, and I know he's pretty weak at animated. So, yeah, it felt like a strong choice for me. I didn't play my best game today. I felt I was a little off, but again, I came through with it. I
But
used to have a
hey,
t-shirt
you
with-
knew some of his round 3 answers.
I used to have a t-shirt with Gary Busey from Drop Zone on it. I wore it to school when I was 12. That was a thing I used to do. It's a real thing. So, I was happy to see that question is what kicked him out. Obviously, Riley and I have to get ready to take him on a second time. It's, we're excited about it, and it's going to be a proving ground for us. So, yeah, I feel real good about today.
Absolutely. And so now you're going to have to face him in the finals with his brother. And Riley.
Lipalani Poffo.
What?
Lipalani Poffo.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay.
Riley?
Yeah, this guy looked good. Lon's a good competitor, but I'm watching him too. We got something special going here. I'm excited to face him in the finals. I mean, we're close here. I'd like another belt for my legacy. These guys are going to do it with me. I'm excited.
But if you guys win against the Harris brothers, you're going to end up facing Clark Wolf and the Shire Wolves, just like you're going to be facing Clark Wolf after winning today's Gauntlet.
Jennifer, I have to tell you, I have a lot of respect for Clark Wolf. She's a champion. She's an icon in this league. She's fought through adversity. She represents the league well, and I'll be honored to beat her on my way to John Roca. Obviously, the only person that I want to embarrass in this league, but Clark's worked to get where she is, and she deserves her success. She'll still lose, but nothing but respect.
Wow, it was really classy.
Our manager's the worst.
And there it is. Back to you guys.
All-time worst.
Oh my God, I cannot believe the language we just heard from those opponents. Every single one of them used language to convey their thoughts and their feelings and
like 20s
it all.
and
Really
30s
good language.
and
Yeah.
German
That's all
film.
he used. But you look at Ben Bateman now, and he's got his teammate Mark Yodi Riley. He's got Finstock as the manager, but it's going to be him up there by himself facing Clark Wolf in the playoff format. Clark Wolf is a stone-cold assassin when it comes to playing this game. Which way do you see that match going, if I may ask you to prognosticate?
I think that's a situation where they both know their stuff. It's a matter of who gets their strengths. I think if Clark is able to get the horror category up there, she could just burn right through Ben Bateman like a knife through a thing that could be cut easily. And if
butter.
not, then no. But what's interesting is that we still haven't seen the team match, and either Harris could still end up going up against Clark Wolf in the exact same thing. Both of these men are just like, hey, we should play Clark Wolf soon, and they might.
That's
and
right.
Bateman will.
I mean, and if you enjoyed seeing this today, it's not the last time you're going to see Ben Bateman and Lon Harris play, because obviously Who's the Boss going to be going up against the Harris brothers here real soon in the team format. So a lot of excitement coming up in the world of the movie trivia Schmoedown. Again, unfortunately, not for competition purposes is the Beast. He is here for an ambassadorial role only for the rest of this season anyway, but we so appreciate you
Ambassador
swinging by
Beast.
the desk to lend us your expertise.
And remember, I am still available for entrance consulting. I believe there is an email address at the bottom of the there is not an email address. No one told me they wouldn't put that up there. But yeah, I am still available to consult for anyone who will put in a better entrance than what we saw today.
You can follow him on Twitter at Bitty Bitty Bop Bop.
Bitty bitty bop.
My name is Merely Margels. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this edition, the Gauntlet of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, the culmination. Ben Bateman taking it from the Professor Lon Harris here today. Make sure y'all check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe we say your name on an upcoming broadcast. Also check out the Schmoedown Rundown on iTunes, Apple Podcast, Podcast One, and the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. Request to be a member today. For William the Beast Bibiani, I am merely Baby Carrots, and we'll see you down the road. Should we wave at the kids?
Funky, funky. Bitty bitty bop.
You've been going a bit overboard.
You might see it that way, I don't. But okay, fine, yeah. Okay, I went overboard.
Yeah, I do see it that way. You've lost focus. But it's
Okay.
time to gain focus and execute the plan.
You sure?
Positive.
All right.
The guy looks familiar, but I can't not, for the life of me, figure out who that was. So, yeah, unfortunately, Lon Harris is out. Ben Bateman moves on. Part of me is happy, part of me is not, so that doesn't make any sense. I'm confused because it seems like half the time they're talking about stuff that's happened for the team match, and then the other half the time they're talking about building up to the team match, so I'm just totally confused about what's going on there. But Who's the Boss versus the Harris brothers will take place at some point. I guess based on how they're talking, I guess we know who wins, but I have no clue. Maybe they'll pull the Tennessee Shim Sham and throw the curveball and the knuckleball and the screwball, whatever. So yeah, Ben Bateman moves on, and he can be a threat. There's no doubt about that. And yeah, stalling. So probably made the match about 3 minutes longer than it probably should have been. But who cares? It's just an extra 45 minutes for this to upload because it was that much longer. So thanks, Ben. Really appreciate it. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1. I post every single one of my reactions to that channel. Follow the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown Twitter page at the Schmoedown, and follow the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page. But until then, this is JTH. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I bid you adieu.